Hi there, welcome to Nepi Invest. Yesterday, I did a video on Alumis Diagnostics, a company whose share price rose 1,310% in 2 days on absolutely huge volume. Now, when you get really huge volume, in fact, the turnover for Alumis Diagnostics was greater than the amount of shares on issue, which means there was a lot of trading back and forth, more than likely by day traders. And when day traders get interested in the company, you're going to see a lot of volatility. And it's not surprising that Alumis Diagnostics was the worst performing company on the ASX today on Wednesday, the 5th of July. And coming in just behind Alumis Diagnostics was the other company I mentioned in my video yesterday on the 4th of July, Atomo Diagnostics. Today, the share price of that company is down about 30%. So obviously, we have seen a lot of profit taking in both of these companies because the share price have been on fairly big runs. Now, can we use technical analysis if we are a short-term trader, like a day trader, just to buy in and out of these companies fairly quickly? So I'm going to take a look at that today. Now, I am not a day trader, and in fact, I barely look at charts during the day. So I don't have the personality and the technique and the strategy to become a day trader. But I was looking at the 1-minute chart for both these companies before I recorded this video. In fact, I wasn't planning on doing a video, but just looking at the 1-minute chart, you can definitely see where you would have sold out of both of these companies over the last day and an hour of trading. In fact, I would have sold out of Atomo Diagnostics yesterday towards the end of closing if I was paying attention. So even though these two companies are the worst performing companies on the ASX today, who knows? Tomorrow, there could be the best performing companies on the ASX, simply because I think this volatility in the share price of both these companies will continue until day traders become absolutely bored with both of the companies. So let's have a look at the charts, the 1-minute charts for both of the companies. In fact, we won't start with Atomo Diagnostics. We'll start with Lumos. Lumos. So this is the 1-minute chart. And I'll just make my video a little bit small. So the first thing I noticed when I looked at the 1-minute chart, and I also looked at 5-minute, 3-minute, 15-minute chart. And I think for this type of setup, you need to look at a really short-term chart, like a 1-minute chart. And when I did look at the 1-minute chart, it was fairly obvious during most of the trading on the 3rd and 4th of July that the 150-minute moving average was a nice little support level. And the reason I say that is we saw the share price hit that level towards the end of trading on the Monday, and then we saw a really nice bounce off it. Then we saw it happen again at around about 2 p.m. on the Tuesday, and then we also saw a nice little bounce off that level. And when we saw that bounce at the end of trading on Monday, there was really good volume, and then we saw the share price really take off, started trading on Tuesday. So what I would have been waiting for here is just to break below the 150-minute moving average. And we actually saw that fairly early on trading on the Wednesday. In fact, we saw a break down of that moving average at about 10:11 a.m. So within the first 10 minutes. In fact, the share price actually did open up higher because there was a little bit of FOMO again. Even though the share price had increased 1,310%, there was some people out there, some day traders who thought, oh, this is a great possibility for the share price to go even higher. But then we saw some selling coming in. And that selling is portrayed by the volume down here. We saw a lot of red bars, which is telling me there was probably some day traders getting out, particularly when the share price broke below that moving average. And as soon as it broke below that moving average, the share price of the company kept on dropping throughout the day. So that breakout occurred around about 14 cents. And the share price for Alumis Diagnostics closed at around about 8.6 cents, if I remember correctly, 8.66 cents. So down 44.5%. So what I'm going to do over the next few days is just follow Alumis Diagnostics share price, the 1-minute chart, just to see if we can just day trade this just by looking at the 1-minute chart. This is fascinating. Now, I have tried this once or twice in the past, only once or twice in the last 12 or 30 years. So I decided just to look at for fun, for some sort of education, just to see if there is a viable strategy. Now, one of the reasons why I don't day trade is simply because if you do day trade, you just have to keep an eye on the screen all day, it seems like, just to see these trades. But I just wonder, is there a way to get around that? Is there a way that I could put some sort of price signal, volume signal in there and then do my own stuff? So that's what I'm thinking right now, just to test it. This is just for my own curiosity reason. Now, if we take a look at Tomo Diagnostics, the sell, I was really surprised, the sell point was actually yesterday. So we saw a beautiful breakout in the share price about 11 a.m. midday on the 3rd of July before the market realized that Tomo Diagnostics was affected by Lumus Diagnostics announcement. And that's when the share price went from about 2.2 cents all the way to a high of 10 cents. And we can see during that period, so the share price almost was a 5-bagger in about just over 1 day of trading. Now, you can see the 150-day moving average. Well, the share price remained well above that. 150-minute moving average. Share price remained well above that. Now, I have mentioned in my videos that round numbers tend to be really strong resistance support levels. So what was a top in a Tomo Diagnostics share price? It should be no shock that 10 cents was the top in the share price. 10 cents, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, with no evidence at all. This is just anecdotal evidence. 10 cents seems to be the strongest resistance level for a company's share price. And I think one of the reasons behind that is the increments in the share price going up or down changes from 0.1 to 0.5 cents. So below 10 cents, it goes 9.1, 9.2, up to 9.8, 9.9, then 10. Then after 10, it goes 10, 10.5, 11, 11.5. And it just seems like a lot of companies' share price have a real struggle getting above 10 cents. And it's no shock that Tomo Diagnostics got to 10 cents and then fell away. Now, the good thing about that point in time, it was higher than the previous high. So the share price was still an uptrend. Share price pulled all the way back to about 8.2 cents, about 2 p.m. on Tuesday. And then we saw the share price rally again. Now, what you want to see is the share price try to get above 10 cents again, but it didn't even get to 10 cents. In fact, the share price high at the next high, or the share price point at the next high, was around 9.7 cents. That is telling us that demand for Tomo Diagnostics shares was becoming lower. And that is a concern, even though we did see some pretty good volume. And even though there was some good volume, that means there was a lack of, maybe not a lack of supply, but the demand, no, a lack of demand, but the supply of shares coming online was meeting up with that demand. And that's why the share price couldn't get back up to 10 cents, because of that imbalance. And that was the top. That was the first signs of problems, that we didn't see a high after that 10-cent high at about 2 p.m. on the Monday. And lo and behold, just after that failed high, that non-higher high, we saw the share price move into a downtrend. And the share price moved into a downtrend at around about 3:48 p.m. on Tuesday afternoon. Share price then, just after that move into a downtrend, fell below the 150-minute moving average and kept on falling. So probably if I was day trading at Tomo Diagnostics, and if I was holding during that period, I probably would have sold out at around about 8.5 cents, maybe between 8.5 and 9 cents. And the share price right now, at the end of trading on, what day is it today? The 5th of July, I'm pretty sure the share price is like 5 point something cents, 5.9 cents. So the share price has fallen from that 8.5 to 9 cents down to 5.9 cents, and the share price is in a downtrend. The other thing I want to see is volume. So fairly light volume. In fact, most of the volume coming now is when people, investors, day traders, are dumping on market. You can see that at 2:09 p.m., a massive trade there. More than likely, that is one trade. We haven't seen any really big demand coming on, unlike we saw yesterday, where we saw some really good demand coming between 1 and 2 p.m. So that is a problem with Tomo Diagnostics. That does not mean day traders are no longer interested in this company. I think what they're waiting for now is some sign the share price is moving back into an uptrend, and that's when they'll take advantage. So again, over the next few trading days, I'm going to pay particular attention to these two companies. I won't follow them during the trading day. Maybe at the end of each trading day, I'll just take a look to see how the shares of the companies have performed. But again, I would not be surprised to see these two companies among the best performing companies tomorrow. Would not even surprised if these companies remain the worst performing companies on the ASX over the next few days. I have no reason to suggest that this downtrend in the share price, very, very short-term downtrend in the share price, will not continue for the foreseeable future. But sentiment can shift fairly rapidly. So sentiment in terms of diagnostics change within about a 30-minute to an hour period. Well, if we look at Lumus Diagnostics, the sentiment in this company actually changed fairly quickly too, within a 30-minute period. So it can take not much time for sentiment to change when you are looking at the very, very short term, when you are dealing with day traders. So if you do have any questions about anything, now, I wouldn't call myself an absolute expert when it comes to technical analysis, particularly when we are talking about day traders. I have no idea what day traders look at when they make day trades. So that could be looking at completely different things, but my favorites are moving averages and that sort of thing, and also volume. So when I put volume on top of moving averages, I think that does work really well when you are trading in the medium to long term. But when you are talking about day trades, who knows? I have no idea if this sort of thing, or if anyone uses this sort of thing. Although in saying that, just because no one uses it, that could be your advantage. But who knows? I don't know. So if you do have any questions about anything I mentioned in today's video, I'd love to hear your thoughts, your questions. So leave those in the comment section of this video. Otherwise, I am not a financial advisor. If you do need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.